So it seems to be let's go with entire screen. Okay, good. Finally. Okay, according to my clock, it's 3 minutes to 1, so I'll wait another 3 minutes. I like to be prompt. I like people to be hanging around waiting. So give us 3 minutes then. Okay, we're on the wee countdown now because one of my clocks says it's still 3 minutes to 1 o'clock, whereas my mobile phone says it's now 1 o'clock. So I'll just wait another minute maybe just to let people catch up, because I know it always takes longer to sign in as well in these things. Webinars, gotta love them. Is it just me or is everything going slower today? Seems to be. Even on the mobile phone. Press a button, it seemed like ages before it responds. Let's get back to that. Start. Okay. So post that now and start talking. Okay. So I'm hoping that this is going live and people can see it and so on. I created this on a little presentation just yesterday, so excuse me, I haven't timed it, I haven't done a dry run or anything at all, so I'm just going to take my watch off and put it alongside here. Oh, that's my big clock telling me it's now 1 o'clock. So I'm maybe a wee bit premature in starting already. I'll just wait till the clock finishes chiming. Actually, it's going to chime 12, I think, because it's an hour out and it's chimes, even though the dial says 1 o'clock. Here we go. Let it chime 12. That's 2, 3. Five. I think that was 5, 6. 8, I think. 9. Oh, it's terrible. This is like watching a clock boil, a kettle boil even, not a clock boil. Okay, I've stopped counting, but I'm guessing that was 12. It just chimed because the dial's at 1 o'clock, but the clock's chiming 1 hour behind, so I need to change that. I just keep forgetting. Anyway, okay, so welcome if you are here, and and let's just pile through this. I've done a wee presentation here that I just did yesterday, and yeah, I haven't had a dry run at all on this, so I apologise for that. But let's just pile through this. Okay, I don't have my mobile phone at the same time. Let's pile through this. Okay. Come on then, let's go. Here we go. Woohoo! Okay, I don't know why I suddenly put slide of myself as the very first one, because I had it somewhere else in the presentation, but it's come up first. So anyway, just to give a wee bit of background on me and why I've got the right, if you like, to speak today. So next year I'm going to host a big seminar in Edinburgh, just because I realised that it's 20 years. It's 20 years since I generated my first income online, so that's quite exciting, or I find it exciting anyway. So I'm hoping you do too. And I hosted the first internet summit in Scotland in 2004. So yeah, that's more than 10 years ago now. And I also hosted the largest inspirational event ever to come to Scotland. Now that's a story in itself, because actually it was another motivational speaker's idea, and he said, wouldn't it be great to inspire 10,000 people at once? And instead of me saying, well, off you go and do it then, I said, let's do it. And the next thing I know, it became my baby and my project, and I made it happen. Although I have to say it was a painful experience, because and at the time that could host 10,000 people was the SECC in Glasgow, the Scottish Exhibition and Conference Centre, and that cost $250,000 just for 3 days rental. Yeah, and I didn't have any sponsors at all. I paid for it all in my own pocket. So that one event cost me a lot of money personally, because I didn't sell 10,000 tickets. But the idea was to inspire 10,000 people at once, and they said to me, "Are you sure you want the 10,000 seater, Mike? Because even Kylie Minogue only hires the 3,000 seater." And of course, I was typically optimistic, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. We'll hire the biggest conference center, and we'll attract them. We build it, and they will come." But of course, it was only then that occurred to me that I didn't know 10,000 people, so suddenly the power of the internet came to the fore again for me. So yeah, go back to that one again. Fortunately, by this time, I had known a little bit more about the internet. So moving on, I have actually, excuse me, since then spoken all around the world actually on the internet marketing platform. And the major thing about that actually is that I've seen a lot of successful methods of making money online. A lot of people make money, so all different methods. So it would be wrong for me to say, follow me, this is the right way to do it, because I've observed that actually there are millions and millions of ways of making a very good income online. So that's been a real plus for me. Another thing that I observed, interestingly enough, is that a lot of the speakers often like to almost boast, if you like, how stupid they are. They've been in prison and they've been taking drugs and they've shot people and they've been bankrupt and all sorts like that. And I guess what they're really trying to say is it doesn't matter what your background is. You can start anytime and make money online. So yeah, that was them trying to be inspirational with it all. So that's quite intriguing as well. So anyway, I got a bit sick of speaking on the internet marketing platform, because it occurred to me that most of the speakers were actually just making their money by selling from the front of the stage, and they weren't really walking the talk. So I decided that I wanted to walk the talk instead, and prove that I can actually generate my income from the web as I was traveling. So I did that. I took off with my dog through Europe, in fact, and we went through 21 different countries, and generating 100% of my income via the web. This is Schloss Neuschwanstein in Bavaria, which is the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Castle, and I so wanted to go and see the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Castle. I was so excited to finally get there. That was part of the journey. So anyway, that's a few bullet points. This was going to be my first slide. I don't know how I ended up changing it. But anyway, the bottom line there is that I continue to earn 100% of my income via the web. So that's why I put these slides up. So anyway, excuse me, this presentation I just started because of the whole Black Friday bizarre stories that were coming out, the headline stories. and just showing just how much money was being spent. And in fact, we've only literally yesterday was Cyber Monday, which is the back end of Black Friday. And again, they expect that another £1 billion sterling, that's nearly $2 billion, were actually spent online in one day, which is quite amazing, actually. Amazing to think that's 1 day of sales. And Amazon was the big name that actually hit the headlines. And it says here, in fact, I just pulled this off one of the newspapers websites, and it says that they said had more than 6 million items in 1 day, which is quite amazing, in fact. For the second straight year, the UK customers have blown us away. And the interesting thing about that is Black Friday is not a UK phenomenon. Black Friday is an American idea. It's just spin down here, actually. It's showing more than 1 billion. That's a different newspaper. And it says John Lewis's website went down because they had so many customers online. And it reckons that even just for the short period of time that the website went down, they would have lost revenue of £2.8 million. Argos had a similar concept, that they had put a wee holding page that just said sorry to hold you up. Should say sorry for holding you up. Yeah, it's really interesting, actually, just looking at the Argos website reckons that their load time was more than 10 seconds, whereas Amazon had half a second. So that just shows you, actually, that what they're saying here is the threshold for most buyers is 2 seconds, and otherwise they get impatient and they give up. So that's quite interesting as well. So you actually want to have a fast loading website. Shouldn't advertise Black Friday if your website can't handle it. So anyway, multiple errors on the Tesco website were reported with an 8.4 second load time, but Tesco denied anything was wrong. Just saying. So anyway, the reason that I pulled this out, actually, I just cut and pasted this from another website, a newspaper site, is just showing some of the other names, the bigger names like Boots, River Island, Debenhams. I mean, most of these are UK sites, so Tesco's, Argos, etc. These are big UK supermarkets and sites. So it's really fascinating, especially when we realise that that Black Friday and Cyber Monday, in fact, are American concept. It's not a UK phenomenon. And in actual fact, excuse me, it started on the back of Thanksgiving Day. So Thanksgiving Day is always a Thursday in the USA, and so it was actually, I think, Cyber Monday that started first, because Thanksgiving Day in the States is actually a big holiday, and so they don't have many holidays in America, actually. You'd be surprised at how little they have holidays in the States, especially compared to UK and Europe. We in the UK, we would be upset if we didn't get like a minimum 3 weeks, and probably 5 weeks of holidays expected. Whereas in the USA, if they get 10 days in a year, then they're happy. So that's quite amazing. And one of those days is Thanksgiving's Day. And so the Black Friday and predominantly Cyber Monday, as it started, it was actually started on the back of Thanksgiving Day. And it only came into the UK, I think, just 2 years ago, actually. So the sales for Black Friday and Cyber Monday just started just 2 years ago. And of course, most of that has been online. But of course, all the offline shops, in fact, most of the names that we're talking about here, John Lewis, for example, Boots, we also down here, River Island, Debenhams, these are offline businesses. These are major shops that do their business by people walking in off the street. Whereas Amazon isn't. Amazon started as just a simple bookstore online 20 years ago, interesting enough. But of course now Amazon is recognized as one of the world's largest websites, and they sell virtually, literally anything. And it's not just Amazon that sell it on, interestingly enough now. So anyway, let's move on. No doubt online sales are here to stay. I think you'd agree with me. If you've ever purchased a flight or a train ticket or anything like that online, then you'll know that it's really simple to spend money online, and therefore it must be just as easy to make money online. So all you actually need to make money online is some sort of method of receiving the income or collecting the cash online. So what's required? Well, actually, I say it's in simple terms that all you need is a method of collecting cash. Well, that's true, but to get to that, it can be a very complex, and every single area of a website or attracting traffic or visitors or footfall or whatever you want to call it is a huge topic in itself. And when I hosted the first Internet Summit in Scotland in 2004, I had half a dozen speakers, including copywriters and website designers and all sorts come along to speak. So yeah, there's every single area actually is huge. And in fact, if you were to get into, I know, for example, some schools now are teaching code. In fact, even university courses and so on. They're teaching HTML and CSS coding, etc., and how to build your own website. And if you wanted to get into that as an absolute beginner, it does look a bit overwhelming, shall we say. Excuse me. And when I started, I learned code when BASIC first came out, and that was, well, I've got 2 computer qualifications, but they're both 30 years old, believe it or not. In fact, more than 30 years now. And I know from experience that even just missing a comma, for example, in your code can totally screw up the code. So it's really quite complex to learn all this stuff. BASIC, by the way, it stands for Beginners All Symbolic Instruction Code, and that's what I learned to program in, Beginners All Symbolic Instruction Code. So yeah, I know that just, you know, like that one there's got a an open brackets, and then it's got the closed brackets down here, and then a semicolon, and all of these, just one single comma, for example, being missed can totally screw up the rest of the code from there on, and it can take a long time to go back through it all and work out what's going on. I know, I've been there, I've done that, and it's not fun. It's not necessary anymore, you'll be pleased to hear. Now, I actually have 2 friends in Edinburgh who are actually no longer in Edinburgh, but in fact, we even shared a mansion house together for a while in 2007, 2008. And these 2 guys, they started actually in one of my friends, he started in his spare bedroom. In fact, he started in the cupboard, stocking some items that he was going to sell on eBay. And then he moved into the spare bedroom with his stock. Then he moved into the garage. Then we rented the big house together, big mansion house. And we had a double garage, and eventually moved into warehouses. And in fact, even beyond that, moved into all the warehouses hosted by the post office, in fact. But my 2 friends went for the first 9 months of their business without a website. They made 100% of their money via eBay, because that's where the traffic was, so that's where the footfall is, if you like. And of course, eBay, as of September 2013, is 20 years old. So the major thing about eBay, of course, is, you know, there's something like 8 million items at any one time for sale on eBay, and they have something like 4 million visitors a day. So, you know, there's a lot of traffic there, a lot of visitors there already. My friends, interestingly enough, the 2 guys that I'm talking about, they did their first year's turnover, the first 9 months of turnover, they made £300,000 sterling turnover. And in the next year, they turned over just under £2 million of turnover. However, the but there is that their margins were really small, because that's the worst thing, if you like, about eBay, is that people go there to buy on price, because once you've determined what your item is that you want, you can just negotiate the price and search for whoever's selling the cheapest of the items. So I use eBay quite a lot for buying personally, but very rarely do I sell anything on eBay. And usually when I do sell on any eBay, I usually make a loss. That's my personal experience. Now, my two friends, they didn't make a loss. They were, one of them in particular prides himself as a buyer, so he didn't see himself as a seller, he saw himself as a buyer. And what he did mostly was he found the best items to sell at the best price, and then they bought the stock and so on. So they were constantly reinvesting in themselves. And I'll come on to that because it's not necessary anymore. But anyway, I just found this is obviously an up-to-date statistic because it mentions 2015 here. And it says some really interesting things, actually. It says 800 million items are for sale all the time on eBay, which is quite amazing, actually. I'm not talking about eBay today, but I thought that's it's been a useful learning curve, actually, just seen it all. And this is in 20 years now with eBay experience as well. So is there a better system? Well, the way I generated my first income online 20 years ago was actually via being an affiliate of a different system. Now, the fascinating thing is I didn't know, and I wasn't expecting to earn the commission, and I got a check through the post, in fact, for £115 sterling, and I had to go online and find out what it was for. Why did I earn this money? And that's all I'd done. In fact, I inadvertently, I hadn't even realized I'd done it, but I'd signed up as an affiliate, and I'd simply sent my link to 24 friends that I thought might be interested. It was about business marketing, I remember quite specifically. And so when I did earn my first commission, it was really a surprise. I wasn't expecting it. Definitely wasn't counting on it. But that's how most successful online speakers, if you like, that's how they got started. And for many of them, that's how they still make most of their money. So that's quite fascinating. So how do affiliate marketing works? Excuse me. Well, it shows here 4 different kinds of people, and we don't really need to get too deep into it because the 2 that we are most interested in is the middle 2. So basically, you've got someone that wants to sell and basically promote the merchant's stuff. Okay, so they're running their own blog or their own website, and all they need to do is actually promote the merchant, the person that's got something to sell. Okay, and it could be, in this instance, shoes, it could be books, it could be courses, it could be all sorts of things. Okay, I mean, if you're advertising Tesco's, for example, it could be asparagus. So if you've got a website about healthy eating, for example, you could just put a link to Tesco's asparagus on your website, and then whoever's looking at your website, the user or the consumer, if that person happens to click on your link that's in your website, then you'll get the commission when this person buys. Okay, we don't really need to worry about this one. This is a network, if you like, that offers multiple advertisers. Okay, that's the advertisers here. The company that has lots of items, packages, or mostly offline products that we're talking about here. We're not necessarily talking about online products, so we're talking about physical products like shoes, for example. Okay, so that's it, kind of simplified. And so effectively, when I'm speaking from the stage, for example, I often might say there are 2 elements to being an affiliate. And actually, the 2 that I'm talking about are these 2. So one is if you own your own product or service, you could actually get other people to become an affiliate of yours, and you give them a commission for promoting and effectively selling your product or your service. Okay, so this is getting more advanced now. If you already have your own product or service, then you normally give around about 50% to introducers to introduce the business to you. Now, that might sound like a lot of money, and in fact, a lot of the big shops like shoe stores and so on, they maybe only just give 5 to 10%, and that's okay as well, because the way they see it is that they would rather give away 10% or even 50% to an introducer, because that introducer can bring in even just 10 people. Even if that introducer only brings 10 people into the shop, that's 10 people that the shop owner might never have found. Okay, so they're happy to give away a commission to the person that introduced the business. So that's one element of being an affiliate or running an affiliate store. The other element is if you want to be an affiliate and promote someone else's products, you can actually promote anything you like. And of course, you want to have integrity with your business, so you want to promote something that runs alongside your website or whatever it is that you're talking about. Okay, now you don't have to have a website. You could do it via Facebook and so on, for example, and you could still promote other people's things without even a website. But it does make sense to have at least have your own website, and then you can keep those links in front of people's faces and so on. And you could be really clever by having adverts down the sidebar, etc., of your website. Okay, so that's really the two elements, if you like, of both sides of being an affiliate and owning an affiliate system. Okay, let me move on. I don't want to spend too long on this. So here's the thing about being an affiliate. You let the company deal with the customers. The company builds the sales page and the thank you page, etc., and the upsells and downsells and so on. The company deals with the credit cards and the payments. The company handles any customers' complaints or refunds. The company arranges the packaging and the shipping, and that actually was a big job from my friends when they run their eBay business. In fact, that was their first employee, was just to get a guy to wrap the brown paper packaging around whatever it was they were shipping out. And then take it along to the post office and so on. It's just time consuming, so as an affiliate, all you need to do is basically pop your link in, and you get the commission if and when someone buys. Okay, so you don't need to deal with any of the rest of it. So the next thing I guess you need to work out is, what are you going to sell, and how are you going to sell it? So assuming that you're happy to promote other people's products and receive a commission, thank you very much, then let's have a look at that. Well, actually, I've just simply said don't panic, because there are stacks and stacks of help places out there on the internet. In fact, I own a website specifically for finding hot niches. So there are loads of places for you to find that, and I'll help you with that further down the line if you like. So what I've actually done here, I've actually trained people many times how to build their own website and so on, and I've put it out on Facebook, and I've done free tuition modules, etc. And what I discovered is that it was overwhelming for most people, and they just never got round to finishing it off. And actually, I guess I've taken for granted the fact that I've put in the 20,000 plus hours myself to staring at a screen, and kind of taking most of that for granted and saying it's simple. Well, in my opinion, nothing to do with the internet is difficult, but it is time consuming. And that's one thing that I have given it, is that I have given it the time to learn it and master it. In fact, my brother was round 2 days ago to see me, and he said afterwards, he said, I was stunned at how fast you put that PayPal together. He said, I thought that was going to take us hours of work. To which I just smiled and I said, well, actually, it took me 9 months to work that out the first time. But yes, I managed to do it in 10 minutes in front of the screen this time. But it took me 9 months and asking many experts and so on and not getting the answer. So yeah, I'm basically, I've taken for granted a lot of the experience and the knowledge that I have now. and realised that it's not so easy for a lot of other people. So what I've actually done is I've done it for you. I've built it for you. I now only use WordPress because if you check anywhere online, YouTube or whatever, you'll find lots and lots of help for WordPress. Okay, it's really simple to add various plugins and so on for WordPress, and of course making it mobile friendly now in 2015 and onwards. We have to be mobile friendly. Okay, in fact, in April 2015, Google made a major change, which we called Mobilegeddon. And basically, anybody that has a website which is not mobile friendly will no longer be getting indexed by Google. So you will not be getting found on mobile devices. Your website won't get found on mobile devices if your website is not mobile friendly. Okay, so excuse me, I did a big blog post about that on one of my websites. So if you want to go to firstpageranking.com, that's the digit one st page ranking.com /Mobilegeddon. Okay, I'm sure if you just type it into Google, first page ranking Mobilegeddon, you'll find it. Okay, you'll find my blog post about it. So basically what I've done is I've built the just let me move on here. Mobile friendly SEO. Now SEO stands for search engine optimization. In other words, getting found on the first page of Google. That's one thing I'm really good at. In fact, I haven't promoted it here, but if you just type into Google first page ranking experts, you'll find that I actually dominate Google. I dominate Google Web, I dominate Google Images, I dominate Google Video. First page ranking experts, and that's me. So I'm really good at search engine optimization and getting found on the first page. And of course, making money is what you've got the website for. There are millions and millions of websites out there that don't make money. And most people that get a website built for them miss that one part. And to be honest, that's the whole point, isn't it, really? If you're going to spend any time and money on it, you want your website to be making money when you're sleeping, etc. Okay. And trust me, that's a great feeling to wake up in the morning, check your mobile phone and discover there's money going into your account while you were sleeping. It's a fabulous feeling. So, excuse me, I've built the website for you, and with this you can actually promote any product, including Tesco's asparagus that I mentioned earlier, or the shoes that we saw earlier, whatever. Okay. And I've also got many hours of modules on SEOs, but I'm going to simplify it for you and keep it simple on how to make sure that your website's found on the first page of Google. And also, if you need it, a hot niche tuition, so making sure that you're selling what is being searched for right now. We're just about to come into the Christmas market, and something I read just yesterday said that they expect £17 billion sterling, that's what, about nearly $30 billion, to be spent online this Christmas. So a phenomenal amount of money to be spent online. And I guess the quick question is, what percentage of that would you like? Work it out. Even 0.01% of that is a very tasty income. So if you can get your website bringing in a fraction of a percent of what's being spent, then the money is out there. It's going to happen anyway. It's going to get spent, and all they're waiting for is someone to actually have a system ready to take the money, offer the product, take the money. Okay. And basically what I'm saying here is I've done it for you. I've built it all for you. Excuse me. So you can use any domain name of your choice, assuming it's available. Now, domain names are a bit like private number plates, in that you've only got one chance of purchasing it. If someone else owns it, then you won't get it. But you can be very clever with it. So, for example, this site here is Cyber Deals. You could easily have a website called cyber-deals.com if cyberdeals.com is already gone. Or you could put THE on the front, the Cyber Deals, or BEST, Best Cyber Deals, or 2016 Cyber Deals, or all sorts of. You just need to be a little bit clever about what it is, and I can connect your domain name to my website so that it's uniquely yours and with whatever domain name you choose. Okay. Now, it does cost money to host a website, but I've done it at the cheapest that you'll find anywhere on the internet. In fact, I had a help message come up just yesterday from a friend I'm speaking to immediately after this webinar, and she said she's paying $70 per month for her website, and she's paying for it in the States, in the USA, even though she's based in London. So anyway, $70 per month that she's paying. So I've never heard of many people paying as much as that, but I've never heard anybody paying less than £5 per month either. So I'm offering it to people that buy this website from me. I'll give it free of charge for the first 12 months, and then just £60 a year from then on. Okay, keep it simple. So I've got 3 choices for you. Normally I charge £1,600 to build a really clever website. So what I've actually done is I've already pre-built the template. I've built it all for you. And if you want it, you can have your money-making, SEO clever, mobile-friendly website up and running well before Christmas. I'll get onto it today, in fact. And I've offered 3 pricing structures just to keep it simple, okay? Keep it really simple. I'm watching my time here. I'm talking as fast as I can, so I apologize. But I was trying to make this a 40-minute presentation, and I think I'm doing pretty good on that. So anyway, so I've got 3 prices here just to keep it simple for you, and the bottom one is ongoing. It's not 12 months. It will go on and on and on. But you can stop anytime you like, and of course, as soon as you do stop, your site stops, unfortunately. The first 2 are paid for outright, and that's yours for life. Okay. And remember, these are your businesses you're building here, so you can actually sell these as well at any time that you fancy. Okay. So what you want to do is actually make some money ASAP, and then prove to someone, if you're not interested in it or you want to move on to the next business, just to prove to someone else that it's bringing in money. Now, if you look at this, if it was bringing in, say, £79 a month, you easily sell your website for £800. In fact, if it was bringing as much as that, why would you want to sell your website? I mean, I have hundreds of websites personally, and I don't sell. I just don't sell my websites. I just keep them for me. So anyway, I've made a nice, simple, easy URL for you. lifewillneverbethesameagain.com. I've done it here. Here we go. lifewillneverbethesameagain.com/new site. Okay, so if you zoom over to that URL now, you don't need capital letters in there, by the way. It's just type it in. It does work with capital letters, but I'm just showing you don't need them. And if you race over there now, you've got 3 options for payment, and then as soon as you've paid it, it takes you to a form to ask for more details, such as what domain name would you like, for example, and I'll make it happen for you. Okay. How exciting. So let's make some money now, and let's get in time for the Christmas rush, and of course next Black Friday, next Cyber Monday, etc. Any excuse, to be honest, to make money online. There's a lot of money being spent out there, and you just need to tap into it. And it's really, really simple when you do it this way. Instead of me training you how to do it, I've just built the damn thing for you. Okay, simple. Okay, enough talking. I'll leave it at that. Thank you for being here, and talk to you soon. Okay, good luck. Switch this off. Stop.